Alright. Player got updated, or at least the code. I figured some out, but it's mostly Lua code, so you're gonna have to learn that. And I'm not gonna teach Lua code. Hell, I'm not gonna teach code at all. But I'm just gonna give you the basics for normal player stuff. There's now a documentation um, tab that tells you everything you need to know, or mostly everything. The basics, which is what I'm going to tell you. This is basically just documentation, but in video form, so you don't have to read all this, since there's a lot of stuff. I'm not going to go over stuff like math or other stuff, just the basics to get you out of the void and fight. There are some things like the this. I don't know what to call this. This is like a function of this basically tells you if your enemy is blocking. Though last time I checked it doesn't work. Let me test that right now. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's odd. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what everything I have does and what what it's used for. All right. So to do a combo, right? You need to do summon class instead of summon now, which is kind of weird. You need to encase things in or quotations, or else it doesn't work. This is a basic Sans combo. As you can see, it works flawlessly, probably. This is a Sukuna combo, which you could probably tell. Again, in quotations, followed by a comma. You must have this comma or else it doesn't work. This piece of code right here, this just tells you the amount of health that your enemy has. Oops. That your enemy has. So if I do it, it will... Okay. Boom. 10 damage. So that piece of code, did that just say negative 666? That's weird. That's really weird, actually. Here, I'm gonna try something real quick. So yeah, that just tells you how much health the person has. God damn it, I keep doing that shit. Anyways, this is a teleporting script. This is pretty basic. Mine takes a lot of stamina and mana, or just mana actually. It's pretty similar to the last one. There's store potential energy, then your number of how much you want to store. This is your mana. So if you put 100, right, it's going to take up your whole bar of mana, and you're going to go 100 studs. Yeah. It takes your mana and converts it into studs. So 100 mana, 100 studs. You need to do this. This one's a little fancy, though, because I did it weird. But just this, and this is your look vector and your C frame. Your C frame is where you are on your, like, on the 3D plane, right? So this, if I go over here, this area, it's your X, Y, and Z, so your C frame. It takes your 3D coordinates and converts it into like an X, Y, Z vector. That's your C frame. It's also short for coordinate frame, so coordinates. This right here, this turns it into a variable. This get owner, this is you. Get owner is you. It gets your information, whatever you're trying to do, and gets your information, not the other person's information. So if you're trying to get your health, your mana, if you're blocking, if you're stunned, if you're whatever, then this is what you'll use. This is just like a character thing. It's only got, I don't know why this is here. This is basically only for you though. This is like, this turns it into what you're looking for. This period, and you must have no spaces. This is what it turns, like what it's looking for. If you just do get owner, then nothing happens. So it looks for your C frame and what your look vector is. Your look vector is where you're looking. So basically the X. If you're going negative, your X or Y actually, or no, X and Z. So if you're looking this way, then it's going to teleport you this way. If you're looking that way, it's going to teleport you that way, and so on and so forth. Up vector, I'm pretty sure. So if I turn this into up vector, then it's going to teleport me 100 studs up. Yep. You could do that, but it's not really recommended since you're going up. This isn't really related to anything, so you don't have to worry about this. This just makes my character, like, glow when I do the command. When I have enough mana. See how I kind of glow there? That's all that does. This is the health script, so you don't really have to worry about that. So if you want to see the enemy's health, then you would want to do this. You would want to print it and not just do the health thing, because then it doesn't know what to do with the health, right? Combo. This I'm trying to figure out. It worked last time, but it doesn't now. Like, they must have changed something, because I just finished it and then they changed it again. So this was supposed to be like you summon the class, right? And then then it checks if the enemy is blocking. If the enemy is blocking, then it will do this line of command. See how this if then statement. Then if the character is blocking, or your enemy is blocking, then it will summon this class and do this line of combos, or whatever, this line of moves. Else, which means if it's not doing that, if they're not blocking, this is usually for like two variable statistic things. Else, it will summon class GT Kara, right? The character, and then the line of moves. End, which just ends it. If you don't put that for the if then else statement, if you don't put end, then it won't know when to end. And then it'll just give you an error. This is how to get back into I probably should have put this in the beginning. This is how you get out of the void. Last time there was the general guide thing of shortcuts of commands, right? This just prints whatever. So if you don't know how print works, then what are you doing? This just prints whatever you want it to say, right? Must be in must be in quotations though. If not, then it won't know what to print. Store, so if you want to get into the overworld, then you would want to do store potential energy. I think it might be 1 or it might be 10 for the minimum. Hold on. See, I have 1 here. See if this works. Okay, yeah, you only need 1. But I guess it takes 10 anyway, so I don't know. Does it? Yeah, okay, I don't know. Whatever. See how it prints my thing, because that's what I told it to do. So then you would want to do release potential energy after you stored it. If you don't store it, then it won't get it, and then it won't release the potential energy. This is how much energy there is. This is the vector. Then this is where it will like TP you. See if I change this to like 10, then it will teleport me 10 studs away. Here, let me like there. And this is the X, I'm pretty sure. This is the Y. So if I do that, then it'll teleport me 10 up. And then this is the Z, so I'm pretty sure it will teleport me forward or backward. So if you don't want to teleport like anywhere and you just want to move to the next dimension, well, I have voice crack. You just want to move to the next dimension, put all 0, and then it should, yeah, teleport you there. Alright, this was something that I forgot to mention for the teleport script. For like the teleporting to different dimensions. This is your like world value. See, 1. 1 is the overworld. There's a couple more for each dimension. Each dimension has a number, but there's only like a select few. So I don't think there's a 2-dimension, but there's like 5, 6, something like that. So if you want to go to the overworld, which is here, then you would want to type 1. 1 sends you to the overworld. Player's dimension is 78. The void, where Gaster is 66. I'm pretty sure there's like another one. I think there's pacifists, which is something. And then there's exploiters, which is like 1 billion or something like that. But yeah, that's it. Back to the video, yo. If you don't know how any of this worked, I will leave like another video down soon. This was just for people who already know what they're kind of doing. Alright, that's about it. See ya.